Hi, dear friends. I am Assistant Professor Rushali Aher, and in the last session of fermentation technology, we have started with the production of cheese, and in which we have seen the introduction about the cheese as well as the different types of cheese. Now we will actually move towards the production of cheese by various methods. First, we'll see the microorganisms used for the production of cheese or the microbes associated with the cheese fermentation. Now, the bacterial cultures for the cheese making are called as lactic acid bacteria because their primary source of energy is the lactose in the milk, and their primary metabolic product is basically lactic acid. There is a wide variety of bacterial cultures available that provides a distinct flavors and texture to the cheese. For example, Bacillus licheniformis, Bacillus sapphiricus, Bacillus subtilis, Bacillus pumilus, Bacillus firmus, Escherichia coli, Klebsiella are the various bacterial cultures which are used for the production of cheese. Now various type of starter cultures. Now starter cultures are used before starting the production of cheese, and it assists with the coagulation by lowering the pH before adding the rennet. स्टार्टर कल्चर का काम क्या होता है? जो भी हार्मफुल माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स मिल्क में प्रेजेंट होते हैं या फिर उस इंग्रेडिएंट में प्रेजेंट हुए होंगे, it stops the growth of that organisms as well as it lowers the pH so that the coagulation of the milk starts properly, and the starter culture is added before addition of rennet enzyme. Okay, and the metabolism of the starter culture, it provides a flavor compound and helps to prevent the growth of spoilage organisms and pathogens. And various types of starter cultures are used. For example, Lactococcus lactis, then Lactobacillus delbrueckii, Lactobacillus bulgaricus, Lactobacillus helveticus, Streptococcus species, Thermophilus species, etc. are used as a starter culture in the production of cheese. Different types of yeast and molds are used in some cheese to provide the characteristic color and flavor of some cheese varieties. For example, torula yeast. Now, torula yeast is used in the smear for the ripening of brick and Limburger cheese, as well as examples of molds include Penicillium, Camembert, or Penicillium roquefort, which is used for the production of blue cheese, and Penicillium galliocum. These are the yeast and mold strains used for the production of cheese. So these are the all different kinds of microbes associated in the cheese fermentation. After this, here you can see a simple flowchart or the general cheese processing steps. Now, during the production of cheese, it includes 12 important steps for the production of cheese, in which it includes standardized milk or the collection of the milk. Then the second step is pasteurization. Third step is cooling of milk. Then culturing means the addition of culture is done. After that, the next step is coagulation. After coagulation, the draining step is done, in which whey is removed. Then scalding, cheddaring, addition of salt and brine. Next step is the formation of cheese into blocks. Then after the formation of cheese, this cheese is stored and aged for the maturation purpose, and later on it is packaged and sold into the market. So these are all the 12 different steps which are included in the production of cheese. We will study all these steps one by one in detail. Now, as we have seen, the first step is standardized milk or the milk collection. Now, the standardized milk or the milk collection, it includes the collection of the ingredients. Now, what are the ingredients utilized for the production of cheese? The main ingredient in the cheese is milk. Now, cheese is made using cow, goat, sheep, buffalo milk, or even a blend of all these milks can also be used for the production of cheese. Then the different types of coagulants are added. Different types of acid source such as acetic acids are added for the production of cheese. Now we will study our first time with type or step, which is standardized milk. Now here the milk is often standardized before cheese making to optimize the protein to fat ratio, so that a good quality cheese can be yield in high concentration. स्टैंडर्डाइज करना मतलब क्या करना, यहाँ प्रोटीन और फैट रेशियो जो होता है मिल्क में उसे स्टेबलाइज्ड किया जाता है, सो दैट हाई concentration of cheese can be produced of good quality. आफ्टर स्टैंडर्डाइजेशन ऑफ मिल्क, एक बार हमने मिल्क कलेक्ट कर लिया, फिर प्रोटीन टू फैट रेशियो एडजस्ट कर लिया, उसके बाद द नेक्स्ट स्टेप इज आर pasteurization. Now, the pasteurization, it generally depends on the type of cheese. The milk may be pasteurized or middle heat treated, so that the number of spoilage organisms can be reduced and the environment of the milk can be improved for the starter culture to grow. पाश्चराइजेशन प्रोसेस में हम क्या करते हैं, मिल्क को हीट करते हैं, सो दैट हार्मफुल और द अनवांटेड माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स विल बी रिड्यूस्ड एंड द एनवायरमेंट ऑफ द मिल्क विल बी proper for the growth of the starter culture. Some varieties of milk are made from the raw milk. Some varieties of cheese are made from the raw milk, so they are not pasteurized or not heated. Raw milk cheese must be aged for at least 60 days to reduce the possibility of exposure to the disease causing microorganisms that may be present inside the milk. Pasteurization, here it is done in two type of temperature. At 72 degrees Celsius for 15 seconds the milk is heated, and after heating it is suddenly cooled. Or else long temperature is given. For example, 63 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. The milk is heated at 63 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes, and after 30 minutes it is gradually cooled so that the microorganisms present inside the milk will get removed or killed. Or else, instead of heating, the hydrogen peroxide treatment is can also be given. So after the pasteurization, the third step is cooling of milk. Milk is cooled after pasteurization or heat treatment, and it is cooled up to 32 degrees Celsius or 90 डिग्री फ़ारेनहाइट. हमने मिल्क हीट किया था 72 डिग्री सेल्सियस पर 15 सेकंड्स के लिए ड्यूरिंग पास्चराइजेशन. एज द पास्चराइजेशन प्रोसेस वाज कंप्लीटेड, immediately the cooling of milk is done and milk is cooled up to 32 degrees Celsius. This temperature, which is 32 degrees Celsius, it is needed for the growth of starter culture. So it is adjusted at 32 degrees Celsius. And in case if the raw milk is used for the cheese production, then the raw milk is heated at 32 degrees Celsius and then the starter culture is added. Okay, so this is the third step, which is cooling of milk. Then the fourth step in the production of cheese is culturing or inoculation. Now here the inoculation is done with starter culture or non-starter bacteria. Now the starter culture and any other non-starter adjuvant bacteria are added to the milk, which is held at the temperature 32 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. ऐसा मिल्क जिसका टेम्परेचर 32 डिग्री सेल्सियस है, उस एट दैट टेम्परेचर हम क्या करते हैं, इनोकुलेशन करते हैं. इनोकुलेशन करते वक्त हम स्टार्टर कल्चर ऐड करते हैं और हमारा कोई भी नॉन स्टार्टर एडजुवेंट बैक्टीरिया ऐड करते हैं, एंड इट इज केप्ट for 30 minutes. This 30-minute time is known as ripening time, and this ripening step allows the bacteria to grow and begin the fermentation process. And when the fermentation process start, the pH of the milk starts decreasing, and as the pH decreases, the flavor of cheese starts generating. Okay, so this was our fourth step, which was culturing or the inoculation step. यहाँ हमने क्या किया, 32 डिग्री सेल्सियस पर हमारा जो स्टार्टर कल्चर था वो स्टार्टर कल्चर ऐड किया. As the starter culture was added, it was kept for 30 minutes at 32 degrees Celsius. During this ripening period, the pH started decreasing and the flavor of cheese started increasing. And here actual fermentation process have been started. Now, here are the examples of different types of cheese. The next step is coagulation. Now, coagulation means the lactic acid here starts producing. जब हमारे मिल्क में लैक्टिक एसिड प्रोडक्शन स्टार्ट होने लगता है, देन द मिल्क स्टार्ट्स coagulating, and this coagulation is caused due to the addition of rennet enzyme. So the coagulation step is also known as addition of rennet or the formation of curd. The rennet is the enzyme that acts on the milk protein to form the curd. यह rennet enzyme क्या करता है, जो भी के केजिन मिल्क में प्रेजेंट होता है, इट इज कन्वर्टेड इनटू पैरा के केजिन एंड द प्रोटीन milk protein is converted into the curd. After the rennet is added, the curd is not disturbed for approximately 30 minutes. एक बार rennet ऐड किया तो milk is kept as it is without disturbing, so that a firm coagulum is formed inside the milk. अगर अच्छा कोएगुलेशन चाहिए तो उसको अप्रोक्सीमेटली 30 मिनट्स के लिए एज इट इज रखा जाता है विदाउट डिस्टर्बिंग, आफ्टर विच अ फर्म कोएगुलम इज फॉर्म. सो it was our fifth step, which is coagulation. And in the coagulation process there is addition of rennet enzyme which acts on the milk protein to form the curd. See, here you can see it is a diagram in which the milk starts coagulating. आप यहाँ देख सकते हो rennet enzyme ऐड करने के बाद the lumps of milk have been started. After coagulation, milk looks like in this way. Okay. Then the next step is draining. एक बार coagulation start होने लगा, then during the coagulation process उसमें क्या होता है, वे जनरेट होना स्टार्ट हो जाता है. मीन्स द जब आप लोगों ने देखा होगा कि जब कर्ड फॉर्मेशन होता है, कर्ड को एज इट इज रखा तो उस पर एक वाटरी लेयर आ जाता है. दैट येलोइश लेयर ऑफ वाटर, इट इज नोन एज वे, एंड इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू रिमूव दैट वे फ्रॉम द चीज, so the desired flavor of the cheese as well as the desired characteristics of the cheese can be gained. And if the way it remains as it is inside the cheese, then the bacteria may cause the spoilage of cheese in the lesser time. Here the curd, the whey is drained out from the vat and the curd forms a mat like structure. Next step is scheduling step. Now the scheduling step, यहाँ क्या किया जाता है, the curd is cut into the small cubes and that small cubes are known as scadal. Basically, when the curd is allowed to ferment, the fermentation is continuously carried out up till the pH is ranged up to 6.4. When the 6.4 pH is reached, the curd is then cut with the help of cheese knife. With the help of cheese knife, the curd is cut and into small pieces, and these small pieces of cheese are heated at 38 degrees Celsius. After the heating process, this heating step also helps in the separation of whey from the curd. जब हम हीट करते हैं तब हीट करने के बाद वे कर्ड से सेपरेट हो जाता है, एंड आफ्टर सेपरेशन ऑफ वे अगेन द ड्रेनिंग इज कैरिड आउट, एंड during braining process the whey is completely removed from the curd. So after this curdling process, the next step is cheddaring. Now cheddaring process is a step to provide a proper texture to the curd or proper texture to the cheese. Now in this process the curd mat are cut into sections. कर्ड मैट को क्या किया जाता है, सेक्शंस में कट किया जाता है, फिर इन सेक्शंस को एक दूसरे के ऊपर रखा जाता है. These sections are then piled on the top of each other and flipped periodically. एक प्रॉपर मैट वे हमने निकाल दिया है, मतलब लिक्विड कंटेंट जो भी था कर्ड का वो निकाल दिया. निकालने के बाद सिर्फ सॉलिड कर्ड कंटेंट हमें मिला है. दैट सॉलिड कर्ड और द सॉलिड चीज इट इज स्प्रेड इन द फॉर्म ऑफ मैट. एक मैट बनाई जाती है. मैट बनाने के बाद उस मैट को कट किया जाता है इनटू स्मॉल पीसेस. कट करने के बाद ये जो स्मॉल पीसेस है वो एक दूसरे के ऊपर रखे जाते हैं एंड आफ्टर कीपिंग इट दे आर फ्लिप्ड टाइम टू टाइम. दिस स्टेप is called as cheddaring, and this cheddaring helps to remove the whey and allow the fermentation process continuously up till the pH reaches to 5.5. When after every 10 minutes द लोज जो भी पीसेस होते हैं दैट पीसेस को क्या किया जाता है, टर्न किया जाता है, विच हेल्प्स टू रिमूव द एक्सेस मॉइस्चर फ्रॉम द चीज एंड दिस होल प्रोसेस इज नोन एज चेदारिंग. एक बार हमने सब वाटर कंटेंट रिमूव कर लिया, then the cheese or the curd get proper texture. After getting a perfect texture, our next step is addition of salt or brine. Now brine is a solution of salt. इस स्टेप में हम क्या करते हैं, the smaller or the mild cut pieces are put back into the vat. वैट में हम फिर से वो चीज के पीसेस रख देते हैं. आफ्टर दैट नियर अबाउट 0.65% सॉल्ट इज एडेड. ये जो सॉल्ट ऐड करते हैं दैट सॉल्ट मे बी एडेड बाय स्प्रिंकलिंग और ड्राई सॉल्ट ऑन द कर्ड एंड आफ्टर स्प्रिंकलिंग अ ड्राई सॉल्ट इट इज मिक्स्ड इन द सॉल्ट. चीज कर्ड पर हम सिर्फ सॉल्ट स्प्रिंकल करते हैं एंड प्रॉपर मिक्सिंग ऑफ दिस चीज इन दैट स्प्रिंकल सॉल्ट इज कैरिड आउट. और एल्स इन सम चीज varieties such as mozzarella, the curd is formed into loaves और इस कर्ड को डायरेक्टली प्लेस किया जाता है ब्राइन में. एज वी हैव टोल्ड अर्लियर ऑल्सो, ब्राइन इज अ सॉल्ट वाटर सोल्यूशन. इस सॉल्ट वाटर सोल्यूशन में डायरेक्टली कर्ड क्या किया जाता है, ऐड किया जाता है एंड ड्यू टू विच इट गेट्स अ स्लाइटली सॉल्टी फ्लेवर. So our 9th step was addition of salt or brine. Then our 10th step is the formation of cheese into blocks. Now here the salted curd pieces are placed in the cheese hoops and pressed into blocks to form the cheese. यहाँ क्या किया जाता है, पर्टिकुलर ब्लॉक्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं, उस ब्लॉक्स में चीज़ को ऐड किया जाता है एंड आफ्टर एडिशन ऑफ चीज़ इनसाइड दोज ब्लॉक्स इट इज़ प्रेस्ड. आफ्टर प्रेसिंग it gets a particular shape of that blocks in which it is stored. After giving a particular shape to it, the next step is storage and aging. Now, this step is carried out for the maturation of our product, which is cheese. Now, here the cheese is stored in coolers until the desired age is reached. Depending on the variety, cheese can be aged from several months to several years. अभी एजिंग का जो टाइम है, that time it varies according to the type of cheese. Now here the cheese is packed into the muslin cloth or wax or vacuum packed in the plastic bags, और पैकिंग करने के बाद चीज़ को क्या किया जाता है, मैचुरेशन के लिए स्टोर किया जाता है. एंड आफ्टर मैचुरेशन our last step, which is packaging. The cheese may be cut or packed into the blocks or inside the waxed or the plastic box. वैक्यूम पैक्ड किया जाता है या फिर एयर टाइट प्लास्टिक बैग्स में चीज़ को एज इट इज़ क्या किया जाता है, आफ्टर मैचुरेशन पैक किया जाता है. एंड आफ्टर पैकेजिंग इट इज़ सोल्ड इन द वेरियस मार्केट्स डिपेंडिंग ऑन द demand inside the markets. So this was all about the production of cheese, in which we have seen the various steps, which include standardization of milk, pasteurization, then cooling, addition of inoculant, addition of rennet enzyme, then the fermentation process actually starts, and after fermentation process the whey was removed and the curd was given a proper texture, salt was added, and after which a maturation was done, and after that packing was done of the cheese. So these was all the production processes or the fermentation of cheese. Thank you.